Meanwhile, the Lok Sabha will debate the special intensive revision of electoral rolls as part of a discussion on electoral reforms on Tuesday. The 10-hour-long discussion will begin from 12 noon. Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiren Rijiju earlier said that SIR is an administrative matter of the Election Commission, which is why the Parliament had to widen the scope of the discussion. He had mentioned that he looks forward to a very constructive and engaging discussion. And for more, we have Dibyendu Mondal joining us on this. Well, Dibyendu, yesterday Prime Minister minced no words while initiating the debate. He spoke at length about the history and the legacy of the song Vande Mataram. Later, what were the key points raised by the different parties during the 10-hour-long Lok Sabha debate on 150 years of the song?
Well, Lipakshi, the Prime Minister, while beginning the debate with his speech on the floor of the House in Lok Sabha, did set the tone for the ruling parties, and we have seen yesterday an unprecedented move where both the Treasury as well as the opposition benches were on the similar lines when it came to the song Vande Mataram, which united India during India's freedom struggle. So therefore, the opposition did throw some attacks on the government with respect to this debate and to the policies or the reforms of the government. But we could see that both the opposition and the Treasury were on the same page yesterday as far as the issue and the celebration of Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay's written Vande Mataram is concerned. So therefore, in fact, all the opposition parties, the Congress, the Trinamool Congress, the Samajwadi Party, the Shiv Sena of the Uddhav Thackeray Shiv Sena, all the parties, the opposition did speak about how this song had been a uniting force during India's freedom struggle, and it continues to inspire millions of people even today, and how this song is relevant in the contemporary modern Indian society. So therefore, this debate did set a tone, and now today we'll have the same debate going on in the upper house, which is the Rajya Sabha, where we will see Union Home Minister Amit Shah initiating the debate. Again, 10 hours have been dedicated in the Rajya Sabha as well for this discussion to take place in the upper house. Lipakshi.
All right, Dibyendu. Also, as the Lok Sabha takes up the discussion on the special intensive revision of the electoral rolls today, what specific reforms or administrative challenges are expected to dominate the debate, especially given the government's stance that the issue is primarily under the Election Commission's purview?
Well, Lipakshi, it had been a long-standing demand of the opposition parties to have a debate on the SIR, which is the Special Intensive Review of the Electoral Rolls. We had seen a literal washout of the monsoon session of Parliament because this particular issue had, had been the contentious point between the opposition and the government. But this time around, the government has, ceded and has agreed to hold the discussion. In fact, 2 days have been allotted for this discussion in both the Lok Sabha as well as the Rajya Sabha. The Lok Sabha will begin the discussion today and the Rajya Sabha will begin the discussion tomorrow. But as far as the important key issues that are expected to come up, yes, the government is absolutely clear that this purview is only under the Election Commission, and the Election Commission is an independent constitutional body, and the Parliament cannot dictate the Election Commission. So therefore, we will see a broader and wider spectrum of the reforms or of the issues that have been coming up through the SIR. Of course, we will see massive scathing attacks from the opposition parties with respect to the SIR is concerned, because we have seen the opposition holding protest outside the Parliament as well as inside the Parliament with regards to this specific issue. But, as far as, the pointed debates are concerned on the floor of the House, we will see responses coming from the government, but the government is absolutely clear that the Election Commission is an independent constitutional body and they cannot interfere, as a matter of fact, in the functioning of the Election Commission. So we will see how this debate pans out once it begins roughly at about 12:15 p.m. this afternoon.
All right. Thank you so much, Demendu, for all those details.